This is a BiLock NG. This is the quick change key, so I can remove the core or operate the lock. I'm going to tension clockwise using the left side of the keyway. And this is a southward slimline pick, and I'm going to turn it sideways, go to the back, and pop up behind the right side, pin 6. And it's in the false gate. There we go. Click out of 6. 5 and 4 are min lift, so you just barely touch them. 3 is binding. A little click there. Tiny, tiny click out of 2. Back to 6. There we go. Another click out of 6. These behave a lot like tapered pins. Another click out of 3. 2 is binding. Click out of 2. Another click out of 6, and I felt some rotation on the core. Tiny, tiny click out of 3. Pin 2. Feels loose. Okay, so everything feels set, but I'm going to set this interactive pin because that interacts with the right sidebar. And go back again. Now, see, I got another click out of 2, and I actually felt another tiny, tiny bit of rotation. I'm just giving, just giving each pin a tiny jiggle. Okay, I think that's good for now. So now do the same thing on the left, go all the way to the back. 6 is a min lift, so I'll just give him a tiny touch, and I actually felt the core rotate, so. Pin 5 is binding. I like to just kind of bounce the pins out of their false gates. 4 is binding. 4 really doesn't want to go. I'm going to leave him there for now. And pin 1 is a min lift, so if I can get under there. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit of juggle. The min lifts in these will frequently bind up, and the temptation is to push on them, and you do not want to do that. 6 is good. 5, 4. Click out of 3. 2 is good. Just cycling through the pins. Let me go back to the right side and see if there's anything there. Actually, let me, okay, the check pin is still set. Left side. Tiny click out of 3. Oh, there we go. So you just have to cycle through the pins over and over. Like I said, it behaves a lot like tapered pins. And eventually the sidebars just slowly work their way in, and then they retract and the lock opens up. So, all right, I'm gonna gut this. Grab a pinning tray. And refocus. And lock this back up. Take the core out. And pull off this spring cover. Making sure I don't lose any springs. This lock has 4 master pins in it, and they are number 7 master pins, which turns that into either a min lift or a max lift. So that definitely makes this lock easier, that mastering. But that said, still a challenging and fun lock to pick. Not easy to dump out one pin at a time. There we go. There's the right side, rather. And left side. They're all coming out upside down. Come on. Okay. For a close-up of the core here, you can see the sidebar springs, or rather the sidebar pins. When the sidebars retract, the pins go into the core. And so here's the key bitting. So the master pins on the left side, pin 1 is mastered and pin 6 is mastered, and on the right side, pin 1 is mastered and pin 5 is mastered. Let me give you a close-up of the pins. So on the right side, you've got, let's see how close I can get. So pin 1 has 2 true gates. It's either a min lift or a max lift. Pins 2, 3, 4 all have 1 true gate and 1 false gate. Pin 5 again has 2 true gates. Pin 6 has a true gate and a false gate. And on the left, pin 1 is mastered. Pin 2, 3, 4, and 5 are not. And then pin 6 is. So that's it, BiLock NG. It's a pretty fun lock to pick. I have another one, another core that I had the locksmith pin up for me with no master pins. So I guess that'll be my next challenge. So thanks for watching.